Are you working for a WISP, ISP or a cable network and having some hard time provisioning, configuring your client-side equipment, your radios, your other network equipment? Then this video is for you. But why do you need an automatic configuration server? Well, it helps us to provision a number of devices automatically, and it can do many helpful things which we manually have to do, like upgrade firmwares, keep all the configurations up to date on all the CPEs, for example, on the radios, and to provision some devices, like to automatically provision some devices after they reset themselves, or the customer mistakenly or by themselves they reset the device to get access to it, or just to annoy network admins or the ISP, WISP or cable operator. And it also helps us to provision a very large number of devices automatically and to minimize downtime after the device is reset. Once the device is reset, it can connect to the ACS automatically if you have set a default configuration. In our case, it's going to be a Mikrotik device or a router. So if you have set it like on the default configuration to connect to your ACS, then you don't have to go to the device. You don't need physical access to the device. You can set our ACS to just push a configuration file or a script to the server, to the router, I'm sorry, and it can automatically configure itself without even being touched or even anyone being like noticed or notified, or even anyone being involved in the process. It is all, it can be all automated. Okay, so let's begin by creating a virtual machine. If you are doing it on a hypervisor or on a virtual environment. In my case, yes, I am doing it in a hypervisor named Proxmox. The best till now. Just selecting the hard drives, setting the disk size, SATA, yep. Next, type I do set on host, so the virtual machine will see the CPU as the host CPU. 2 sockets and 4 cores, so we have total 8 CPUs. Memory I will assign 4 gig. Yes, next. Okay, so yes, I will attach it to my local area network, E1000 for maximum performance. Finish, and let's wait. Okay, the virtual machine has been created. Perfect. So now let's begin installing a fresh Ubuntu server on it. It takes time sometimes to just, okay, here we are. Oh, my bad. It was virtual number 118. Sorry. So just let me full screen it, maximize it to my full screen so you can see better what's going on. First of all, we are going to install Ubuntu server. This tutorial is based on Ubuntu 18.04 server. and we are just going to set the network adapter. Network settings, yes. Proxy address, no. Mirror address, done, because we are in UAE. Use the entire disk, of course. We are going to let the Ubuntu take care of it. On drive, okay. Confirm destructive action, yes, of course. Now you can set your name, my server name. This is the host name. Nope. This is enough. Pick a username. We cannot set it to root because it does not allow us. It has reserved it to root. Okay, yes. Open. If you want to access it from an SSH client, yes, you need to install an SSH server beforehand. Okay, now you can select whatever extra packages or extra services or extra server environment you wish to install. I'm just going to select Docker. We don't need it, but I'm going to experiment with Docker after this installation, so let me select it. No need to select anything else. Okay, done. Okay, so now it will take some time. Let me fast forward it, and let's resume when it's done. Done. Yes, we have the login screen. Now we can just enter the desired, not the desired, the username and the password we set. We are just going to try root. No, it will not allow. Of course, it will not allow. Try again. This is the password, I guess. Nope. No, it will not allow us. Of course, the root access has been disabled. We can only use our username and the password which was entered earlier. Okay, we are logged in. It is still doing some background. I can see doing some installation or something in the background. Anyways, just clear the screen. Quickly, we'll check the IP address of the server if the network is up. And yes, we can see it was assigned 192.168.250.54.21. Still doing some operations in the background. I think it's doing something for the optional packages we selected. It's doing, anyways, so it's doing something in the background. Anyways, we'll just do an update, sudo apt-get update, so we can just have an update on the latest softwares and releases. Checking. So it'll take time. Let me fast forward it. Once the sudo apt-get update finishes, then we have to run another command, sudo apt-get upgrade, and we have to press capital Y whenever wherever prompted. So it will just install, download the releases and upgrade it for you. Okay, so it is already updated, upgraded and rebooted. You have to reboot the server for best results. I recommend rebooting it after the upgrade process is finished. Now the next step we are going to do is we are going to create a script for the installation, and we are going to run the script to install all the required dependencies, core softwares, and GenieACS, all the required files and other dependencies automatically. So you can copy and paste it from GitHub script, which I will include in the description. You can just copy and paste it. And remember, I don't know about your hypervisor, but my hypervisor, whenever you are using console, you cannot paste it. You have to type each and every command. So I recommend using your favorite SSH client to just remotely connect to the server, so you can easily paste huge files or commands, so you don't have to manually type each and every command. For quick installation or to save some time, you can just copy the command from my installation tutorial or steps mentioned in the readme file for this exact purpose, and you can paste them here. Otherwise you can just copy and paste whatever you are seeing on the screen. Okay, so we are going to use our favorite editor, create a new file, paste, and we are just going to save it. Now we are just going to change the permission of the script, and then we are going to run the script. So we can see that the script .sh is created. We just have to change the permissions. Of course, you need sudo to do it. I thought we are already using root, but we are not root, we are VNS. So we just sudo script, and yes, we have to wait for the script to finish. It will take a lot of time, lot of time. So let me fast forward it for you guys, and then we will be back. Wherever it is required, you have to press capital Y to continue the installation. Okay, so it's done. Now everything in the script is executed well, and it is installed in our home directory, which is your home directory, of course. We just do a quick ls, and yes, we can find some new folders named GenieACS-gui. Okay, now we just have to run it. Of course, sudo and run the file. It's executed, and yes, so the Genie is working now. Yahoo! So now let's see if we can get GUI. Remember, the GUI is not on port 80. It is HTTP, but it is on port 3000. So you just have to open your favorite browser, enter the IP address of the server, and use the port 3000 HTTP, not HTTPS. For now, it's not secured. Okay, now so we got an error. It says the database something, and it also helps us by giving a command which we should execute. Copy the command sudo and paste the command, and it's done. Now the GUI should load perfectly fine. Now let's try to refresh it. Okay. Come on, Genie. Why so slow? Okay, perfect. We have a working GUI. We have a working GenieACS server. Now we are going to log in as admin. The username is admin. The password is also admin. Logged in. Now we can see the devices tab, fault tab, preset tab, object tab, provision, virtual parameter file, and here is everything we need as a basic beginner. So now what we have to do is what I already did is in the meanwhile I updated all the columns to everything which we required for Mikrotik ecosystem. Now you can see everything here will be fetched from the client side and will be displayed accordingly, like the identification, the serial number and stuff. Like all the software version will come here. The uptime from the routers will be pulled and it will be displayed accordingly. This will show you the identity, whatever you write it down or whatever you set on the system identity. Serial number will be shown here, product class, the type of router, the actual model number will be shown here, the software version, the ROS version will be shown here, the uptime will come here, Ethernet 1, which normally is the WAN interface, MAC address will show here, the IP address of the first the IP address and the mask course if it is set manually, and the DHCP client IP address, the first DHCP client if there are multiple. Here we will only list the first one. We will see SSID, password, the connected clients for SSID 1, SSID 2, the password for SSID 2, and Wi-Fi clients connected to the SSID 2 will be listed here, like number of clients, and the last inform that what was the last time ago the router sent us updates. So how I managed to do this, I will just show you. You can just open my GitHub page, which I included in the description, and you can find the file from there. You can just copy the contents and you can paste the contents to the right configuration files on the the GenieACS server, which I will show you in a bit. It was very hard to find each and everything for Mikrotik, so it took me a while, I must say, a lot of effort. And so this is all the parameters which we are going to fetch from the routers as of now. You can add and remove them accordingly, but this is what I need basic. So we are just going to copy it and we are just going to paste. In our scenario in Mikrotik ecosystem, we have a little bit different you can say a different type of parameters ACS server has to pull. It's not the standard string or the standard you can say variables which it has to get from the router. So whenever if it is stock, you can say the stock configuration is there for these two files. This is the stock one, so it will not update, it will not get any, it will not show you anything, because this is asking for something Mikrotik doesn't know about. So it will ask about the serial number from the parameter you can say internet gateway device. Now the Mikrotik doesn't know what the internet gateway device is, so it is a different class. It is different. It is a different class. It is very much different from the ACS default parameters or the default configuration. So we are just going to replace them with the Mikrotik specifics, and we are going to replace them in 2 files. Now this one is the internet gateway device, which is requested from the server to the Mikrotik, but it doesn't know. Mikrotik knows only to answer device dot anything. So if you are going to pull anything from Mikrotik, it will start from device dot, not from internet gateway device. So, and it also Mikrotik also supports some Mikrotik only specific, you can say, parameters which you can pull, like the serial number. This one you can see it is using internet gateway device. It is asking for product class, but Mikrotik will not know. If you are using Cisco, this might work, because Cisco there is no product class. It is host name, and there is no identity as well. It's only host name. So let us edit these 2 files, summary underscore parameters and index underscore parameters.yml, and replacing these 2 files, not files, the parameters, the strings, or whatever you say it is. Now I normally have the same thing, like I just copy and paste the same exact strings or same exact parameters I want to show in both of my pages, and so we're just going to copy it, and we are just going to open our SSH server, SSH client actually, and we're going to paste it. In the following 2 files, index underscore parameters will have the same content, and summary underscore parameters.yml will have the same content. So here we go. We will remember, this is first I was using this, but I use this MOBA X term too much and I just love it, so we'll just use that. We'll do sudo nano using of course your favorite editor. We will browse it to home directory, your username, whatever it is. In my case it is VNS, and then the folder name GenieACS-gui/config. In config there is index underscore parameters. You see I have already pasted, so that is why you are able to see the updated columns in my GUI. You just have to copy and paste. I will just do it for you once again. Just to erase it. You can just you cannot erase all at once. You just have to keep pressing the backspace, so it will just erase everything, and then you can just right click and it will paste everything in your clipboard right on the editor. Come on, slow shitty connection. Okay, so it is very slow because I'm not sitting near to the server. Actually, I'm in a different city than my server, just using VPN to connect to my network and access the local resources. Okay, now we can just paste it. You just have to right click, and you have to just press Ctrl O, enter, and Ctrl X to just cancel it. I mean, just to go back. Index parameters configured. Now we will configure the summary underscore parameters, where it is here. Of course, it is having the same thing because I already updated it beforehand. You can just do the same. When you are done, Ctrl O, enter, and Ctrl X. So it is updated. Now you have to reboot the server or the service. I just recommend rebooting the service, not the server, the whole server, of course. There is script for it in the GUI folder, GenieACS-stop and GenieACS-start .sh. Okay, so now you can see refreshing. By refreshing, you can see the updated columns. Of course, if you had the old one and you just update it, you can refresh the page. It will show you the new column. Okay, so now we will try to add some devices. Okay, it is done. So let me add a router. This is my local router which I am connected to. Just click the TR-069. If it is not there, you have to manually download according to your chipset or your CPU, and then open files and copy the TR-096 and paste it in here, files, and reboot the Mikrotik router. Then it will be installed and it will be appearing in this panel, and then you can just click it from here, TR-096. In this panel it will be shown whenever it's installed. Click, enable it, enter the server address starting with HTTP. Remember, we didn't install anything on HTTPS yet. It is HTTP. Paste the server address. In case you don't know, it is just 192.168, whatever it is, and the default port 7457. And you can see it is already showing it already appeared. It automatically appeared in my 7547 is the port number. It is appearing in the control panel, but it is empty. So let us add one more router. It's already added. We're going to add this one. Enable, just copied it already. Paste, apply, set the periodic update to 5 seconds. Now refresh the page. We should have 2 routers listed. Yes. So now sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times, yes, now I added one more. That was something which I was actually, what I try to do is I try to refresh, click on refresh too many times, and it did not show anything. It is sometimes, it's not showing anything in the column. So you have to open up the details of the router, and then you have to press refresh. So it refreshes and it fetches the information. Okay, it is giving us some error. I'll just try to change the IP address. Okay, now let's see if it allows us to get something. Sometimes it works flawless. It only happens, I just noticed that it is happening only on RB951G. That's it. other access point and other like I have an SXT, and I have also included HAP Lite without any issue. Just directly adding, refreshing it showed all the information in the desired column. So I'm gonna add one more router. This time it's also 951G. Added, doing the page refresh, same. So show details, refresh, and refresh. It's not showing anything. So sometimes if you try to retrieve a specific it's there, specific string, it pulls all the information required. So let's try to do the same here. Refresh, commit. No, sometimes it comes automatically, like after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, after a couple of periodic updates. It updates everything by itself, so you don't have to worry. If it is not showing, you can try all the parameters. Nope, refresh, nothing. You will just leave it as it is. It will appear after some time, it will automatically appear. So everything is here. You can just quickly edit your SSID from here, your password, Wi-Fi password from here. You can press OK and it will provision automatically at the remote site. You don't have to inbox anything, you don't have to do anything else. Everything will be done from here as now on. Sorry. So now we have all the routers in place. Now the next step is it is steps. Actually, they're very important. First of all, we will try to let's see what it is. CD config. Yeah, we will try to change the host name actually of the server in the GUI config. On the internet, you will see that everything is there in the the GenieACS-gui/config folder. You will find a file name config.json. So it's not there. It is actually located somewhere else. So the location is also mentioned in my GitHub page. The link is of course in the description. It is the config file for the GenieACS, which from where you will change the host name, is located under user lib node_module. It is under it will be Genie actually. Let me cross check. Yeah, GenieACS config, and here you have config.json. You just have to edit the config.json. What it will allow you to push, and you have to edit the fs hostname string to your hostname or IP address. I just use my IP address because IP address is good for me. Just save it, Control O, enter, and Control X. What it will allow us to do is to push configuration files onto the routers. Without it, it will not work, because it will be passing out a URL name acs.example.com, and your routers will not be able to resolve it, so it will not be able to upload or download the config from the ACS server. So this is very important. Now the next step is to go back to GenieACS folder. Now we will update one more file, which will, if you want to upload default configuration to the server, not to the server, I mean to the Mikrotik routers. If you don't want to net install the default configurations
you can just push the default configuration script directly from your ACS server. So whenever someone resets the router, it will apply the script which you uploaded from the ACS server. So for that, you need to include a special file type into the ACS GenieACS server GUI, which can be done by editing a file. So we will navigate to the folder. It is located under GUI GenieACS-GUI folder. I mean the installation folder. It's under app view files, and the file which we are looking for, it is form.html.erb underscore form, actually sudo nano, your favorite editor. And we are just going to add, after the fifth file in this array, fifth ringer file, we're just going to add another one, which is x space Mikrotik space factory space configuration space file. Remember, the X, capital X, is very important. Save it by Control O, enter, and Control X. It should be okay. We are back. It should be working now. So now the next step is to make the server automatically start whenever the server reboots. Now the service of GenieACS and the GenieACS-GUI is manual. So for that, we need to update a cron file by entering the command which I entered, and including this line at the end of the file. At reboot, your script location /home/ GenieACS and startup.sh, saved by Control 0, enter, Control X to exit the editor, and it is installing new cron tab. So it's already there. It's there. To edit, you just need to enter sudo space cron tab space -e space -u space minus not minus space your username, of course root. You want root to execute the files. Now whenever you do this and reboot, you will see that it doesn't work. It doesn't work because there are some changes which you have to do in the startup script. For that, the root user will not have any problems executing the script. You will edit the GenieACS-start.sh file. So you just have to sudo nano it. Now we are going to add /home/ your username / before GenieACS-gui, because for root to execute the file, and we need to add sudo before Rails server to make it executable by root. Just save it, Control O, enter, Control X, and that's it. Now you can just try checking your script by rebooting the server, and you can see if everything works fine. So we'll just give it a reboot, sudo reboot, and yes, so everything is working fine. I've added a couple of routers. Now we will see how to remotely send configuration files to the routers. So I have these two files included, these two scripts actually uploaded. Now we are just trying to push a file. How I included from here, you can just select what type of file is this. Now we are trying to upload default configuration file. This is the default configuration which we want to push to the Mikrotik router 951G. So we'll just show it at file basic cloud.txt, and we will check if the setting is working fine. I mean, if the server is able to push the script to the router. we'll turn on the debug so we can see each and every message which has been generated. Okay, so we'll just press commit and we'll see. Yep, download transfer complete. It downloaded the file named something.alter and it executed the script or the file which we uploaded, and now let's see if it worked. Okay, the task queue is empty, means it is successfully executed. Fault empty. Now we will see if it really does what it says. So we are going to system script. We are going to remove the script which we just uploaded. Auto backup is gone. Now we'll keep this open. We'll add 2 of them actually. So we'll try to push file, auto backup, commit. Okay, download complete, execution complete, auto backup is there from the ACS server as well. Okay, we'll push another file, cloud updater, commit, and it is there. Whatever command you want to run, whatever things you want to install, just make a file, save it as .alter file, upload to the ACS server, and scheduler is also upload it to the server and push from here like this. We'll check. Yep, it is A1 and perfectly uploading scripts and configurations. So what we get now is a fully working GenieACS server ready for Mikrotik ecosystem, which will support the whole of Mikrotik ecosystem, Mikrotik access points, routers, switches, even CHRs, whatever is there, it will support. It will send automatic configuration scripts, default configuration. It can reboot, it can reset from here, it can do automatic provisioning. The automatic provisioning part will be in the next video, inshallah. I will be showing how to configure automatic provisioning for Mikrotik routers. So whenever it is reset, it will automatically be supplied with the configuration which we set. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe, like, comment for any new topics you want to see, and if there are any suggestions for me to follow, just put them in the comment. Like the video and subscribe if you liked my effort and my videos. Thank you very much. God bless. Happy networking.